For over 5 centuries, Leonardo da Vinci's genius has remained an unsolvable puzzle, but scientists have finally sequenced his DNA through his living relatives, revealing astonishing truths about the Renaissance master's extraordinary abilities that no one expected. After decades of investigation, the results point to something far more incredible than anyone imagined. Leonardo died in 1519, taking his secrets to the grave. The man who painted the Mona Lisa designed flying machines centuries before flight became reality, and decoded human anatomy through forbidden dissections left behind no children and no direct genetic trail. His original burial site in France crumbled after the French Revolution, and his remains vanished, making it impossible to study his DNA directly. Born out of wedlock to a peasant woman and a Florentine lawyer, tracing his maternal lineage was nearly impossible, leaving researchers to focus on his paternal family. At age 5, Leonardo was taken from his mother to live with his father's family, severing half of his genetic trail. Despite this, a team of dedicated historians spent over a decade reconstructing his family tree across 21 generations and 5 branches. They identified 14 living male relatives carrying the same Y chromosome that had passed virtually unchanged for 25 generations, offering a direct genetic link to Leonardo himself. These descendants, living ordinary lives across Italy, held the key to unlocking Leonardo's genetic secrets. Using historical records alongside DNA from these relatives, scientists launched an ambitious project to sequence Leonardo's DNA, aiming not only to identify him, but to uncover the genetic basis of his extraordinary talents. The analysis revealed genetic markers linked to enhanced visual processing, superior spatial reasoning, and unique creative thinking that explained his ability to excel across multiple disciplines. Researchers found signs of synesthesia, where senses blend, potentially explaining how Leonardo experienced colors, sounds, and textures in interconnected ways that fueled his creativity. Additional genetic markers showed exceptional memory retention and pattern recognition, enabling him to synthesize knowledge from diverse fields into revolutionary inventions and art. The DNA also hinted at ambidexterity and a natural tendency for mirror writing, suggesting these were expressions of his brain's unique wiring rather than secret codes. Scientists reconstructed 3D models of Leonardo's likely appearance from his DNA, revealing he probably had 2 different colored eyes, a rare trait that may have enhanced his depth perception. He was likely left-handed, with superior fine motor skills explaining his precise draftsmanship and ability to work across many disciplines. Genetic evidence suggested he was taller than most men of his time, with strong bone structure and exceptional physical strength, enabling him to work long hours on demanding projects. Enhanced sensory perception beyond vision influenced his artistic choices, allowing him to capture subtle textures, light, and shadow with remarkable detail. His natural hair was curly and reddish-brown, and he had a Mediterranean complexion with resistance to sun damage, which helped during outdoor work. Genetic markers also revealed enhanced immune function and disease resistance, allowing Leonardo to live longer than average for his era, giving him more productive years to build his legacy. Beyond physical traits, researchers uncovered documents once hidden by the Church that detailed Leonardo's studies on human consciousness and the transition between life and death. These secret writings described his observations of subtle physiological changes during dying moments and his development of techniques to briefly restore heartbeat and breathing, allowing further study. His rare ability to separate emotional responses from intellectual curiosity enabled him to approach these experiments scientifically rather than with fear. Though these studies sparked controversy and scandal, leading to secret preservation of his research, The genetic evidence proves the authenticity and scope of his work. Leonardo's genius extended beyond art and invention. He was deeply engaged with understanding human existence itself. The genetic revelations show a mind and body uniquely wired for creativity, perception, and discovery, making him not just a master of the Renaissance, but a pioneer of science and consciousness, whose legacy continues to inspire centuries later. Beyond the breakthroughs in understanding Leonardo's cognitive and physical abilities, the implications of these discoveries resonate deeply with modern science and the way we comprehend human potential. His genetic profile reveals a fascinating interplay between inherited traits and environmental influences, highlighting how extraordinary talent can arise from a unique combination of biology and experience. The fact that Leonardo's descendants continue to live ordinary lives, unaware of their connection to such an iconic figure, reminds us how genetic heritage often lies dormant, waiting to be unlocked by the right conditions. One of the most striking aspects revealed by the DNA analysis is Leonardo's exceptional neuroplasticity. This trait allowed his brain to remain adaptable throughout his life, enabling continuous learning and creative growth, even into old age. Unlike many people whose cognitive flexibility diminishes over time, Leonardo's brain stayed agile, allowing him to develop new skills and ideas over decades. This discovery challenges common assumptions about aging and intellectual decline, opening new avenues for studying how we might preserve cognitive health throughout our lives. This enhanced neuroplasticity also explains Leonardo's astonishing versatility. He was not just a painter or an inventor, but a polymath whose interests spanned anatomy, engineering, botany, music, and even geology. His ability to connect seemingly unrelated fields of knowledge was not merely a product of hard work or curiosity. It was deeply rooted in his genetic makeup. This genetic predisposition toward interdisciplinary thinking allowed him to see patterns where others saw chaos, weaving complex ideas into unified visions that revolutionized multiple fields. Leonardo's synesthesia, the blending of senses, further fueled his creativity. Experiencing colors as sounds and shapes as textures gave him a unique sensory map of the world. This sensory fusion allowed him to imagine inventions and artworks that transcended ordinary perception. For example, his designs for flying machines reflect not only technical ingenuity, but a poetic understanding of nature's harmony, inspired by his heightened sensory experiences. This rare condition likely contributed to his ability to visualize mechanical processes and natural phenomena with unparalleled clarity. The DNA evidence also sheds light on Leonardo's ambidexterity and mirror writing, which puzzled scholars for centuries. Rather than being a mere eccentric habit or secret code, these behaviors may be natural expressions of his brain's bilateral dominance. Having enhanced motor control in both hands gave him the flexibility to write and draw in ways that others could not replicate. Mirror writing, once thought to be a deliberate attempt to conceal ideas, might instead be a reflection of his brain's unique wiring, allowing him to process information differently and protect his intellectual property in a subtle way. Beyond cognition and sensory perception, Leonardo's genetic profile reveals intriguing physical characteristics that influenced his work. His heterochromia, or different colored eyes, is rare and may have contributed to superior depth perception. This physical trait gave him an edge in accurately rendering three-dimensional space on flat surfaces, a hallmark of his artistic technique. Combined with his tall stature and strong bone structure, these advantages helped him handle the demanding physical aspects of his projects, from large-scale murals to intricate mechanical models. His enhanced immune system and disease resistance provided a biological advantage that likely contributed to his long and productive life. Living through an era plagued by disease and hardship, Leonardo's resilience allowed him to maintain focus on his work, while many contemporaries succumbed to illness. This biological strength supported the accumulation of vast knowledge and the creation of a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. Leonardo's fascination with human anatomy went far beyond artistic representation. His genetic advantages in fine motor skills and memory retention enabled him to perform detailed dissections and produce anatomical drawings with scientific precision. These studies contributed not only to art, but to early medical knowledge, influencing how the human body was understood for generations. His notes reveal a relentless curiosity about the mechanisms of life and the interplay between body and mind. The recently uncovered documents sealed by church authorities add a profound layer to our understanding of Leonardo's pursuits. They reveal that his scientific inquiries ventured into areas considered taboo or dangerous at the time, such as consciousness and the transition between life and death. His observations of physiological changes during dying moments, along with attempts to temporarily restore vital functions, reflect an intense desire to explore the boundaries of human experience. These experiments, though controversial, underscore his role as a true pioneer in the study of life's most profound mysteries. Leonardo's unique ability to compartmentalize emotions and intellectual analysis allowed him to approach these delicate subjects with clinical detachment. This psychological resilience was likely supported by genetic traits linked to emotional regulation and cognitive separation, enabling him to observe phenomena that others might find overwhelming or frightening. His scientific mindset treated these experiences as data, seeking to understand rather than judge, which was revolutionary for his time and remains inspiring today. The implications of Leonardo's work on consciousness stretch beyond historical curiosity. By documenting consistent patterns in near-death experiences and physiological changes, he contributed early insights into the mind-body connection that modern neuroscience continues to explore. His reports of subjects perceiving their own bodies from an external vantage point, moving through non-physical spaces, and encountering luminous beings offer some of the earliest recorded observations of phenomena now studied in psychology and consciousness research. His interdisciplinary approach, combining anatomy, physiology, psychology, and art, reflects a holistic vision of human existence that resonates with contemporary integrative science. Leonardo saw no division between art and science, body and mind, observation and imagination. His life and work exemplify the potential of combining diverse perspectives to advance understanding, a principle that remains a cornerstone of innovation today. The discovery of living relatives carrying his genetic legacy also invites reflection on the transmission of genius and creativity. While genetics provide a foundation, the environment, education, and personal experiences shape how these potentials unfold. Leonardo's story reminds us that extraordinary talent often arises from nurturing innate abilities in supportive contexts. It encourages us to consider how we might cultivate creativity and innovation in ourselves and future generations. The project to sequence Leonardo's DNA is not just about the past. It holds promise for the future. Understanding the genetic basis of creativity, perception, and cognitive flexibility could inform new approaches to education, mental health, and even artificial intelligence. By decoding the biology of genius, scientists may uncover ways to enhance human potential more broadly, making Leonardo's legacy a living, evolving influence. Furthermore, the ability to authenticate artworks and inventions through genetic markers linked to Leonardo offers practical benefits for art historians and collectors. For centuries, debates have surrounded the attribution of various paintings and manuscripts. Now, genetic evidence can provide objective data to resolve these disputes, preserving cultural heritage with greater accuracy and respect. Leonardo's life also teaches us about resilience and the courage to pursue unconventional paths. Facing societal norms, religious scrutiny, and personal challenges, he remained committed to exploring truths wherever they led. His ability to balance scientific rigor with artistic vision continues to inspire those who seek to push boundaries and challenge established thinking. In examining Leonardo's extraordinary life through the lens of modern genetics and historical research, we gain a richer, more nuanced portrait of the man behind the legend. He was not simply a talented artist or inventor, but a multifaceted visionary whose unique biology empowered a remarkable synthesis of intellect, creativity, and curiosity. As we reflect on these discoveries, we are reminded that genius is not a static trait, but a dynamic interplay of factors that science is only beginning to understand. Leonardo da Vinci stands as a testament to human potential, a beacon illuminating the possibilities that emerge when nature and nurture combine to create greatness. His story encourages us to look beyond conventional limits, to embrace curiosity without fear, and to explore the mysteries of existence with both passion and rigor. In doing so, we honor his legacy not just as a historical figure, but as an enduring source of inspiration for all who dare to imagine, create, and discover. Leonardo's life reminds us that true innovation often requires challenging established norms and venturing into uncharted territories. His relentless pursuit of knowledge, even in the face of skepticism and opposition, teaches us the value of perseverance and open-mindedness. He modeled how embracing uncertainty and asking bold questions can lead to breakthroughs that redefine entire fields of understanding. This approach is especially relevant today, in an era where rapid technological advancements and complex global challenges demand creative and critical thinking. Moreover, Leonardo's example highlights the importance of integrating diverse disciplines. By refusing to confine himself to a single field, he demonstrated that the richest insights emerge at the intersections of art, science, philosophy, and technology. This interdisciplinary spirit encourages us to cultivate broad perspectives and collaborate across boundaries, fostering innovation that is as holistic as it is profound. Ultimately, Leonardo's legacy is a call to nurture our innate curiosity and cultivate the courage to explore the unknown. It is an invitation to honor the creative spirit within each of us and to contribute meaningfully to the ongoing human quest for understanding and expression.